welcome back to episode 3 of this ASKA Game Playtrough. There we go. Starting off with a little joke there. The first thing I'm gonna do is to make sure the fishing hut is getting built. After that, we need to put up some more buildings. We need to get some more people here. As you can see, I already got another villager coming in. You see by the audience side. Since we already have 4, we also have 4 shelters. We need to build another shelter real quick. So just gonna do that, and yeah, we just need this done. Just gonna get this little building done first. We got a blood monk coming in. Nice. Which means there are enemies coming in. As you can see on the compass on top here, you see the red dots in that direction. You can also open your map and see where they are coming from. They're gonna pop up in the forest here anytime now. The villagers, they won't help you unless you give them weapons. Wait, that was a weak attack. Get stamina for this. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Why is he putting the logs outside? Not even full. Oh, probably because he went to sleep, like right as he was gonna put the log in. You know what? I'm just gonna finish these 2 builds. I'll be right with you. And there we go. We got the shelter up. We got the fishing hut up. That's good. Already assigned the new person. She is currently sleeping. I'll show you quickly what I did in between. So because she's a night person, I just quickly gathered a schedule on her. So that is done as well. Now we're gonna assign a fisherman to we can get some fish up and running here. Who was the fisherman? We didn't have a fisherman, did we? I don't believe we did. So meanwhile, we can assign her. Just gonna get some sea bass. Let's craft some bait real quick. There we go. Now he needs a fishing rod. There you go. The first thing I want to do now is I should probably get an upgrade for this one. I should also get a new person coming in. There is so much to do, and this point in the game is kind of where you realize that you actually want to have more players playing together with you. Because as I said, there's so much stuff to do. Like now, I need to get these upgrades. There are different sorts of upgrades that you can do to the workshop. You also want to get a cook up and running because of the fishing hut, the gatherer hut, the water supply, and all that stuff. Also, so you have someone to actually cook the food for you, you know? So we're gonna place that there because it's right next to the gatherer's hut. Can actually use some of the supplies. We got the water right in front, which is also good because this station uses a lot of water, especially when there's a lot of villagers. You also want to make a farmhouse. I'm not gonna do that right now. Let's see. What else? You want to upgrade these, the woodcutters hut and all that stuff. You want to get some warehouse. You have some places to store stuff. Torches, barracks. Do you get guards? There is so much to get into, and yeah, as I said, this is the point in the game where you realize that more players would be good. What is your problem? The storage space is full. And this is what I'm talking about. Like right now, this should have been. We should have had the warehouse up and running so we can store more stuff in there. The first thing I want to do here is get yet another villager because we're lacking on builders right now. Meanwhile, I'm gonna take her off this. I'm also gonna rename her. What I usually do here is call her VC Thora. That's because then I know that she's the one that's supposed to be on the woodcutter, which is actually quite useful. We needed 3 more Jotneblood, I believe. Yeah, I actually need to build a hunter's cabin as well so we can get some meat going. Even though I already have the fish coming in, you also need the meat. And here we go. That is the hunter's cabin up and running. Now we're gonna upgrade the stone cabin. This is fairly easy because you already have the supplies right next to you. You can just pick up, put it on, pick up, put it on. It's fairly easy. It's also good about like having these 2 stations right next to each other is that it's not too far to run to kind of get all the supplies you need to upgrade. There we go. Now that's done. Now let's upgrade the log cabin. Again, with the resources right next to it, it's fairly easy to just pick up, put it on, and it's quickly done. Now, because I used a lot of resources on the stone hut, there's not too many resources left here to upgrade the logging cabin. The woodcutter's hut, that is. And yeah, so we need to gather some supplies real quick. And there we go. We got the logging hut completed. Now this next part I'm going to talk about is about the cabin. The cabin is a replacement for the shelters. So in general, in this case, when we build up a cabin, you can basically just destroy the shelters, as the shelters doesn't provide the sufficient heat that you kind of need for the winter time. You can use the shelters during the winter as well, but you need to build it kind of close to a fire, and you need to have a roof over the fire so they can get some heat, you know. the cabin is much better because when you build a cabin, you basically have a house that they can stay in, and there's also a fireplace in there. Me myself, I like to build 6 beds within one cabin, so you don't overpopulate the cabins. You can do more, but that's, in my opinion, not something I would recommend. It also looks more like a village if you have multiple cabins instead of just having one crowded with like 10 people inside. Town is starting to get together quite good here. It's looking kind of beautiful right here. Now, when it comes to the food and the general cooking station, the recipes doesn't really exist to start with. So what you need to do is you need to put in a piece of meat. That can be fish or meat in general. Then you need to add some water, you need to add some vegetables, or you can just add meat in general. That will provide you with a recipe after you cooked it. That recipe can be used by the cook as well when you place him in here. The only thing you have to remember is to put up a task for the chef to actually work on. And you can also add the number of food products that he's supposed to make. As I mentioned before, within the cottage, I like to have 6 bed spots. So I usually just, place them something like this. And then after placing these, I usually just let the builders do the job with them. So when these are done, I can move all the residents from the shelters into the cottage. I can tear down the shelters, and then we can build more cottages and get the city really up and running. Here, I'm building a warehouse. This is for storing in general. So we can store some food in this one. I'm gonna have a worker in this one. She's gonna collect the food from like the hunting cabin and from the fisher's house. And the cook itself is just gonna come here, pick up all the food he wants. And here, you see the person coming up to me? She is actually out of fish bait. That is the reason she's coming up to me. So usually what happens, it's because of a bug in the game right now. Because the game is still in development, so bugs happen. When they go to bed at night, they drop all the bait on the ground. What you need to do every now and then, you need to go over, you need to pick up the bait that's on the ground, and then you have to put it back into the barrel so she can use it. Then there's more fish to come. It's a little fishy. And there we go. The city is coming along real good, and we are gonna continue this little saga tomorrow with episode 4 then. Thank you so much for joining, thank you so much for popping in and watching my videos, and also remember to hit that subscribe button as usual. It is free. Thank you so much for supporting me. I'll see you tomorrow.